Oh, hello everybody. Which reminds me of the old days. Gotta go up and look at my mic, make sure it's on. I'm so sorry about that, guys. I just was anxious to get things going here before I go over and do some barbecuing at my mom's house for the 4th of July. I hope you guys had a great weekend so far, and I'm going to have a good 4th of July. And, yeah, forgot to make sure the mic was on, and, I haven't done video for a while, and so out of practice a little bit. And with that said, also, because family, granddaughter now, just a block away, taking out a lot of time. Families first, and but that doesn't mean I don't think you are important. Obviously, I'm very sorry about that, but I've been trying to figure out a better way of doing my videos and time wise. So long story short, I think I'm going to be a little bit more focused and a little bit more quick on the videos that I'll be doing. Maybe a different strategy where I might be focusing on the SPY and maybe just some of the top movers going, and some of the things that moon market and some of the other people are talking about for next runners, and not having quite the marathon videos. So that will help me out. If I just do a 10-minute video, then I should be able to squeeze those in a lot better than a 30-minute one. So now the way I'm rambling, this one's going to be 30 minutes. So let's get to it here. One is KATX. This isn't exactly a hype stock. I'll quickly go over KATX and then the SPY, which isn't on my list, but I think they're interesting. Of course, the SPY, I'm going to be doing a lot more on the SPY for the videos that I do, and then a lot of the hype ones here. But why I bring that up is because it's in a descending wedge, and it was in a descending wedge. Inside of that descending wedge, it did break out the first one here, which is a good sign. And now, personally, I think it should come up and retest this downward trend line. Yes, it's in a downward trend. You know my rules. I think that they're going to go down to zero until they break the wedges, but or the resistance trend line. But this one broke right here to the upside, which tells me what I think. Now again, I'm just an old man in a dark room looking at 3 monitors, so I'm not a financial advisor. But I'm thinking this is just consolidating, and it has a chance to at least come up to the downward trend line and then come back down again. And then maybe, the way the wedge goes, it should be going up. I don't care necessarily about that right away. If it hits this downtrend, I'm getting out. And then if it, comes back down again and then breaks, and I'll get in. Or if I get out and it starts going up again, I'll wait for a retracement and wait for it to come up. So that's what I have for KATX. Next big height stop is WSFT. And some people call this a cup and handle right here. Not really. The cup starts right here. Okay, so this isn't a handle. It's a dip in the stock that's pretty much going sideways. Yeah, it did go up a lot, and this is being hyped. But a cup and handle. I mean, this is what a cup looks like, right? And then the handle looks like that. It you don't buy would you buy a cup at the store that looked like that? No, you wouldn't. And another thing is these big, huge spikes in here. I don't necessarily like. Why? Because with the cup and handle, I think of it like a ball. All right, the ball's up here. You let it drop. Well, look at that momentum it's gaining, and boom, it comes up and then breaks that line right here, and that's where you have the big spike. Well, if you have, some spikes in here, what's that ball going to do? Boom, slow down, roll, boom, roll down. So I don't care for these. Does that mean it's not going to happen? Nope. It doesn't. I've seen them where they had spikes in here and it still runs up. And vice versa, though, guys, just be careful. I've seen perfect cup and handles form, and then this happens. Okay? No, no strategy's perfect. Even wedges, downward wedges, they only go up 78% of the time. So you want to be careful on those things. But this is a high play, so I'm in. I put in a date night at 4975, and that's why it went down. But I'm seeing what's going to happen at this resistance area. I like to play momentum right at critical spots, and that means sometimes up it goes down. I got a stop loss, doesn't hit that stop loss and comes back up, and starts going over these levels right here. 5457 area. Then I'll add in heavy, and most likely it will come up to deviation wise 80 89. The monthly volatility is at 128. So the weekly is at 9123. The fourth sigma here is at 1.12. So horizontal resistance is at around a buck, 101 or so. 89 cents, not 90 cents to $1. So this area right here is concerning because this is right where the weekly volatility is. I won't explain. It's basically, this is where a lot of the options are for selling. Okay, so you want to keep that in mind for WSFT. But we hit the second deviation here. We hit the second sigma, so I would not be surprised to see it come down here, and take a dip, and then maybe start to go forward with that. Or I wouldn't be surprised if it just takes off Monday. So that's what I have for that. And then of course ILUS, which is connected with WSFT. Big divergence here popped up. It's kind of a shallow divergence here, so that this might have been that play up, or maybe not. It might go up. But what I like, what I've been talking about with ILUS, is it's broken not only the secondary downtrend here, but the primary downtrend. But in perfect, ILUS likes to straddle, right? Up, and then it comes back down. Up, it teases you, okay, now we broke the trend line, and then comes back down. So I want to start seeing it break this area right here before I really get excited about it. But probably around 12.124. If you're in it for the long haul, this is anywhere in this area is going to be a really good time to buy. It's really low on the chart, obviously. So in a year from now or whatever, it might be a while. It might be next week. But ILUS should really start going up here. We're below the average price. We have been since February. So stocks can consolidate for a long time before it starts to stage 2. Now remember, this is stage 1. This is stage 2. This is stage 3 right here, and then this is stage 4. This is a downtrend. So now we're in this stage 1 area. Hopefully, we'll start, and then that's consolidation. And once it puts in a higher high and a higher low, then we're off to the races with ILUS. So HDUP, very very strong looking stock for the year. It's in an uptrend. A nice pattern. We get a high and then long consolidation, a higher high, and a higher consolidation, a higher high, and now we have a higher consolidation. Very volatile though, very volatile. But we had now a couple of red days here. What a red week overall. I wouldn't be surprised if it came, tried to kiss that previous top right here. But I do have a downtrend set on here, and I wouldn't be surprised if it maybe comes down a little bit and then we start another higher spike up. If it keeps, the way this pattern's going, that's the way it looks. So the momentum is starting to come down. So usually once it starts coming down, it likes to come. Looks like it came down here and dipped back up for a second with that big run, and then it came down. So it likes to hit the over. So now this isn't the RSI, it's a multi-time frame momentum, but it really likes to come up to this area and then come back down. So I wouldn't be surprised if it came back down here first before we broke up. So we might be getting in a good time here this week. But again, with the hype behind it, tomorrow it could just this might have been the retracement, down here, and then we're gonna break up to the upside. So it's up to you. Obviously, I'm gonna wait to see what happens the next couple of days. If we get a big sell off right here, the volatility down here, the buyers are at 0.086. So we'll see what happens with that. If it gets down here, then I'm gonna be buying here with HDUP. ENDP, we're in the consolidation area. What this gray box is for. There is a gap up here, and yes, most of the time it does eventually fill the gap. Now, this could go on for months. But I know what's going on with the NDP and the hype and everything. There's the momentum is coming up here. The volatility on the options, the resistance is at 8774. Looked like it kissed it right here already, and we could be coming down. We are under the average price, so you are getting somewhat of a discount right here. It would have been nice to get in at 028. And it definitely, pretty much right now, we're at the higher end of the consolidation, but still obviously low on the chart. So I wouldn't say anytime, to get in anytime where it's down in this area, but you can't time anything perfect. It just might rip, Monday, Tuesday, and start working its way up to fill this gap. I'm gonna wait and see where this takes us. If it comes back down to this area, then I'll be getting in, and then if it comes back up, then I'll have my finger on the sell button, and if it breaks above, then I'll probably add and probably at least get up to 106. If it breaks that area here, probably a little fight back and forth with the bears before it tries to fill that gap right here, and then maybe work its way up to the +1 deviation. So that's what I have with ENDP. EVFM, again, another big hype stock that's going on. Did have a gap here, it filled the gap. Didn't fill this one quite yet, and so we have that, and we do have this one up here. Deviation wise, we gapped up over the average price. This is got close to the monthly volatility, but we're just kind of, or weekly, I guess I should say, but we're higher price right here, as far as that's concerned. We're getting close, awfully close to the oversold with the momentum, so we're kind of up in the air with that. We could consolidate a little. I think this is either going to break up or we're going to come back down and fill this gap right here. So we're all excited about filling gaps when it's going up it's got to fill the gap. Well, it might come down and fill this one first, or it might come up here and fill this, and hey, wait, there's a gap down here. Boom, comes right back down. So you want to be aware. You always want to be aware of these gaps and where they're at, and you want to see where the price action is moving. Okay, especially with the deviations, it likes to get up to the deviation, comes back down, and maybe now we're going to retest and break through, or we might retest and get rejected. and then come down and fill this gap down here by around the average price, and then come back down to the -1 deviation, or bounce off and then come up and fill. So those are the things that I see with EVFM. APRN, nice big oh boy, I got deviation stuck in my mind here. Divergence, and here's the pop off of that. It doesn't happen all the time, but it does. It usually does happen. And bigger and steeper the divergence, usually the bigger. This is long, but it's not all that steep. So this was probably it. Does that mean I'm saying it's done? No. The week, it's working its way up to the first deviation. It broke the half deviation. I don't have the half deviation lines in here. I just eyeball those. But it looks like it should, get up to, the 442 area. And then from there, I wouldn't be surprised if it, the bears push it down, and then the bulls will try to retest it. And if it breaks, then eventually, I could see us working our way up to, the 665 area or so. But overall, we are in a downtrend, but this does have a history of going up to the third deviation here. So this is not it's under the average price, so we're not doing too bad. But definitely, if you came, I mean, look at how it respects these deviation guys. Boom, boom, boom. Just coming down and just hit the -1 deviation. Now it looks like we're back on our way back up to at least the first at 440, 448. I'd start getting concerned around that area, 442 to 448, and see what happens there. If it starts coming down and you get out and then it takes off, that at least you made some money, but just be aware of that. So if it does start coming down, you have to make a decision. I personally, that happened, I would wait for a retesting and then see what happens after it breaks that area at around the 450 mark, to see it drops down to 410, comes back up, and then breaks, or comes back up and comes back down. So you want to keep that in mind. And then with the SPY, I don't want to get into this. That 479.98 will haunt me the rest of my life. But came all the way down to my support line on the 20-year monthly chart, bounced up, and then here now we get a retest. And now the last couple of days, we had a really nice run with the SPY, right off this -2 deviation, and so now we'll see if there's going to be a retest of that and come back down. Personally, we're in a downtrend. I always go with the trend. So if we're in a I don't know area, I will always wait and see. And if we start coming down, I'm going to go down. If it starts going up in a down market, I'm always apprehensive. I'd wait a little bit longer till it breaks 383.06 or so, to see, maybe a run back up here, maybe trying to get up to the -1 deviation area. The half deviation's around 385.47 or so, which is right smack on the bottom of that candle. So expect some resistance there. If it breaks there, then we probably on our way up to 395.55. But personally, I see us coming back down and retesting the support line probably. Let's see, this week, let's say by Friday, it should be out to about right here. I'm eyeballing this, guesstimating probably around the 367.28 area, I would say. And then that's where the money is going to be made. It's either going to break, and it's really going to break, or we're going to bounce, and then I think we're going to have a pretty big bounce to the upside. So I'm not necessarily excited about what the SPY is going to do here the next couple days, but at the end of the week, Then I'm going to be by Wednesday. If we're up above here, then I'm pretty sure we're going to be coming up. Or by the end of the week, we're down here. Then next Monday is going to be real fun. So, um, with that said, guys, I hope you're having a really good 4th of July weekend and enjoy the 4th. Celebrate what our forefathers did to form this nation and enjoy it, reflect on every freedom that we have and what they fought for. And then just get ready for tomorrow, going back to another war, huh? The war of the market. And with that said, guys, take care. Have a good night. Bye.